Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? It's Monday. I've got the Monday blues, I have to admit. I do. Even though it's June, even though it's summer, I've got the Monday blues. I had such a great weekend and such a fun weekend. It's the first time that I did a back-to-back nights out. Slept at 4 in the morning, both nights. I was dead on Sunday. But hey, listen, once in a while, it's good to do that, right? So I feel good about the weekend, but not so good about this week. Anyway, how is everyone doing? I've missed you all. I want to say hello to Gabrielle, my incredible mod here, who she's been working behind the scenes nonstop. She's been sending me information, letting me know about things, and I really, really appreciate you, Gabrielle, and thank you for everything. Merci beaucoup. Let me see who's in. Hello, Joey. Hi, Issa. So good to see you guys. So good to see you. Yeah, right. I needed, after like 2.5 years, I just needed a little break with friends and just like let it rip and let it all out. It was so much fun. But I'm not 20 something anymore. So I'm paying for it now. But how's everyone doing? How was your weekend? Hello, Chantel. Good to see you. Hi, Danny. Oh, sorry, I skipped that really quickly. You're very welcome, Gabrielle, but it's true. Hi, Shanta. How was your weekend, guys? I hope you had a good time. Hi, Tabitha. Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. And we have a really nice topic to talk about today. Hi, Mylene. How are you? I thought, and the reason why I said, I thought let's talk about this is because a lot of you who are, let's say, new to having readings with me. So, one of the first things I ask if it's the first time we meet when you book a reading is, have you had a reading before? Especially when I see someone really nervous. And most of the time, I get this answer. Yes, I had a reading a long time ago and it spooked me out. It freaked me out. It was a mess. None of what she said came true, but what she did was like make me super nervous about my future. It was like, doom and gloom. And it's taken me so long to have another reading. And I saw you on YouTube, etc. And I felt safe that this is a safe space and that you're someone who's going to do this reading, working with a light, and then I am no BSer, right? So I thought this is a great topic to talk about because a lot of people have been scammed by going to readers themselves or through social media, and we'll get to that in a minute. I just saw some more Femmies have come in, and I just want to say hello. Hi, Kate. Hello. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, you can go to my website if you want to book a reading. Mind you, I'm taking a little break in July and August, just taking a little break from readings, but you'll be seeing me more on YouTube and I'll be doing lightning readings. So I'll still be around, but it's just that I need a little bit of that, free time. And I'm a summer girl, so I just want to spend some time with my family too. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, nice to see you. Thank you for being here, everyone. Right. So I thought I want to sort of talk about that. And I would love for you to share your experiences if you've had readings before, good and bad, right? Let's not only talk about the bad, but unfortunately, it takes one rotten apple, right, to completely destroy the crop or the basket of apples. So, and unfortunately, there are these types of readers out there that just create a very bad, shed a bad light to us and create sort of like a bad, I'm going to say this, how people see us. And also on Instagram, especially on Instagram right now, and on TikTok, but mostly on Instagram, there's so many scammers out there, and you have to watch out because you are following me. A lot of you are following me on Instagram too. You're probably following other readers and other psychics and mediums. So you have to be aware of what the traps are and what's going on, and also how to detect, how to know if a reader is legit or not. Not everyone has a YouTube channel where you can see them work in action like you do with me, right? So you cannot know. So we'll get to that everything today. And of course, I will drop the link later on. So if you want to call in and share your experience, you're very, very welcome. Good and bad, I said, not just the bad stuff, but you can also, share experiences with other readers and how that helped your life, how it helped you come closer to your spiritual side, let's just say. Gabrielle says, I had a bad reading. I was scammed 2 times. I actually know someone who got scammed out of almost $1 million Canadian dollars. Just saying, throughout a span of 15 years. Not like mostly by the same person, but there were 2 different persons. And I was so shocked. And eventually she came to me for a reading, but she was so scared because she was scammed out of so much money. She was broke. She had lost faith in the world. She had lost her faith in readers. But I think I was able to help her overcome that. But I want to help you guys too, right? Because I know. I was shocked. I've never heard that. Like, I mean, honestly, but she went through a lot in her life and she wanted answers. You know, she wanted some kind of comfort. And they were just taking advantage of her. Like, that's terrible. And the problem is most of these people are not even they're not even being arrested, or they're not getting caught. So if you are getting scammed, please report it. Report it to the police, report it to the authorities, because they will keep scamming people, vulnerable people. And this is unacceptable. This is despicable, in my opinion. So, I mean, we talk about Jen Shah, we talk about Tom Girardi. What do? Allegedly, they've been scamming people, vulnerable people. Well, it's the same thing, but on a different scale. Very same thing, but on a different scale. And if people don't come out and talk about it, or if they don't, report to the authorities, they're not protecting anyone else. And we have to protect each other. I know. Yeah, I know. I give her all my love too. And thankfully, after many years in therapy and readings with me, she's in a much better place right now, but it was awful. It was throughout time. So we'll get to that. This is one of the tactics that they're using. And I'll get to that in just one second, where they're just like, they just give you these like doom and gloom scenarios. And then you're expecting for that to happen. And when that doesn't happen, you go back and you're like, what happened? Did something change? Does that mean, my fate is changing? Things are changing. And then they're like, oh no, you've got a curse. We've got to lift it. You've got to send me more money. You've got to do this. You've got to do that. They send you to a friend of theirs who is supposedly, I don't know, a witch, or someone who can, break a spell, things like that. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole, there's a whole scheme behind it. And they're able to do that throughout time. So, and she was going to this specific reader for many, many years. So, and I'm talking about once or twice a month. So it adds up. It adds up. Yeah, they are very shameful for doing that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was in a blue mood today. I'm going to sing that song now. I'm blue. I keep on doing it. Oh, I'm such an Aquarius. I break out in singing whenever, do you guys get that when you're like, do you get those like periods in your life or phases where whenever someone says something, it just reminds you of your song and you break out singing? That's me. That's me most of the time. So I'm weird. It's very well known. Note that medium was not well known, but we talked a little bit about when Michael was on about some of the celebrity, not all of them, obviously. There are some celebrity readers, very, very famous, who have TV shows and whatnot, who are just like, they're not scammers. I'm not saying they're scammers. I'm just saying they're not making the effort anymore. They're not making the effort. They're huge. They've been reading. They reach so many people, etc. They're just not really, really connecting with spirit, and they're just using generic kind of, information that they put out there. And usually, you pay so much money for a 20-minute reading. So That's why everyone has to be aware. Right? Right, Isa? Exactly. Okay, sorry, guys. Just sorry about that. Let's just completely get rid of that song from our heads. I had my cards read at 17, a boardwalk AC, and she was so right. I married someone I already knew and had 2 boys. Then a girl, my girl Natalie. Oh, she's a Natalie too. I didn't think much about it till I was pregnant with my daughter. Listen, we'll get to that right now then. That's a good, let me just go to my cards. So yeah, I mean, not all readers that you see have a little shop and they have like walk-in appointment, or not even appointments, like you can walk in and get a reading, are scammers or are bad, or gypsy readers. Especially gypsy readers, they're very, very good because this is in their blood. This is a generational thing which they pass on this knowledge from generation to generation. So they're usually very good at reading people if they want to. Okay, if they want to, because as I said, sometimes readers, psychics, mediums are not gonna make an effort. We're human beings. Sometimes we might have a bad day, but so the reading can be off. But in their case, they're just like, they have the fame, they have the money, they have the attention, they have a 3 or 4 year waiting list, so they just feel that they don't need to put make any effort. It's not all of them. Again, I'm not saying, and I'm not thinking of anyone specific, but I've heard stories. Let's see. Right, let's talk about the red flags. I'm gonna go back and see what you guys are saying because I see you've got the chat is busy. So let's talk about the red flags. So one red flag is that the reader, the psychic medium or reader, they don't have a website and they don't list their fees. Yes, celebrity mediums don't list their fees either, but that's because they don't need to. If you're really desperate to get, a reading from, I don't know, Tyler Henry, let's just say, okay, you don't care how much you're going to pay. You're going to wait for those. I think Tyler has a 3-year waiting list at the moment. So, for instance, you'll be waiting in that waiting list, and when it's your chance, you'll be like, okay, I don't care how much it costs. I've been waiting for 3 years to see this man, to get a reading from him, and I'll pay for it. So they're the ones that they don't list them, and I get it. But when it's just any other reader or any other psychic or medium, then, if they're not listing their fees, that means that's dodgy, right? Does that mean they charge different fees, different people? So they kind of like, x-ray them, check them out, and then see, if you can afford it, then they're going to charge you this amount of money. And if they feel that you can't really pay for that much, they're going to charge you less. So it's a red flag, and a website is very important. That's the way you guys should be able to contact a reader's or psychic medium, through their website. Okay. And also a website is like a portfolio, it's like a CV. That's how you get to know what this person does. How many years experience do they have? Do they have testimonials? Do they have references? That is important because that tells you a lot about this person. You can also check Google and see how are they rated, how they rated, what people saying about them. They don't come with references, which is what I said, what I talked about just now, which is those testimonials that people have on their websites. If you go to my website, for instance, you'll see on the first page that I have testimonials. I have a lot more that I haven't uploaded, but those are legit testimonials. These are people that I've had readings with. They are clients, and this is what that they have to say about the service that I'm offering. They use generic language such as, this applies for mediums. They use generic language such as, I feel you're blocked. Someone is here for you and they say they forgive you and love you. You've been through a bad heartbreak. I see an old man standing behind you. I assume this is your grandfather. He is giving you a hug. He says that he's good. He's with granny, things like that. What are the chances? So they cold read. So depending on your age, if you're like 60, 65 years old, what they're mostly going to say is that they see your grandparent, because most likely your grandparents have transitioned to the other side. So that's a safe bet. So then they just use generic language just to make you feel good and you feel like you've connected to a dear loved one that has crossed over. They use scare tactics. That's infuriates me, to be honest. They use scare tactics such as that you're cursed, that you have a dark entity, that you have an attachment, basically, that someone is out to physically harm you, that someone's jealous of you, and that they do like magic or voodoo or whatever it is, depending on where you go to. That for me is despicable. So they're scaremongering people to get them to give them more money or to keep them coming back. As a reader, as a light worker, your job is to help people heal. You have to try to do it in that 1 hour, 45 minutes that reading is, that reading lasts. Okay. Because obviously sometimes 1 hour is not enough. And I get that. But at that point, when they come to you, and I say this to all my clients, I have no control over this reading. I don't know what's going to come through, who's going to come through, what is going to come up. Maybe you're here to get answers about your love life, but your love life doesn't come up in the reading. That means that your love life right now shouldn't be the focal point. Right now, there are other things that are happening in your life that you should pay attention to and work on and grow from and heal from. Okay, so that in itself, what comes up in a reading in itself should be healing, should be eye-opening enough for you to start working on yourself to process. It takes a few months. It takes a few months, for predictions to come up, to come true, to manifest themselves, for you to realize or sort of understand what that reading was about. It does take a while. It's not like you walk out of the reading and you're like, oh, okay, that all made sense. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. That's why I always take notes. Always record. Ask your reader if you're allowed to record, and if you are, record the reading or take notes, because most likely you're going to forget half of the stuff that's come through. And anything that your reader, psychic, medium tells you is important during a reading. Okay. So, but here's the thing. They want to make you feel insecure. They want to make you feel vulnerable. They want to make you feel like you are dependent. And also something else. And you know me, guys, I'm very honest, I'm very transparent, and I say things as they are. I'm very self-aware as a person. So that's why I will always say, I will call things as they are. Like, I'll call things out. A lot of readers, and not just readers, and I think I lost my trail of thought. Here you go. I have a lot to say. I get passionate about it. And now my Aquarian mind just glitched right now. What was I trying to say? Hold on. Let me go back to what I was saying. The scare tactics. Yeah. So they use, it will come back to me, but they do use scare tactics because that's how they hold you back, right? That's how you don't move on in your life. So basically it's counterproductive. You go to a reader, they scare you, they tell you things, and then you worry, and then you freak out, you become paranoid. So I remembered what I wanted to say. And then you become addicted. That's what I wanted to say. People become addicted to readings. You will see, I don't know if you watch other readers on YouTube, but it can become addictive when you start watching tarot, for instance, video of tarot readings. People can get addicted. This woman I was talking to you about before, who lost or spent or gave almost $1 million Canadian to readers, It's because she had this addiction. She kept wanting to know. She wanted to know if things changed. She wanted to know more and more. Because when you go to a reading and you get all this information through, you are overwhelmed, but at the same time you're fascinated that you have this, let's say, um telephone connection, or this connection with the other side. So you want to keep going back to ask more questions and find out more. And that's what they take advantage of. They take advantage of that. So, and the more scared you are, the more money you're going to give. If I tell you now, oh, you've got a curse and it's generational, and the reason why you were abused when you were a child was because, you were a really nasty person in your past life. And now in this life, you'll never be happy. You will always be abused and mistreated. And, you're always going to have misfortunes in your life. But I can help you. I can help you because if you give me more money, because I work with energy and I need a lot more money in my bank account to clear this bad energy and bad juju from you, you're going to keep coming back because you're going to remain in that paranoid state where you think that, oh my God, do I still have this attachment? Is this curse still on me? What is going on? But no, that's life. There are ups and downs. It has nothing to do with the curse in that sense. So that's what they do. Let's see here. They ask too many questions and provide generic information. Yeah, they will ask you too many questions. So, for instance, there are readers, I know, because I've been to readers in the past, way in the past, because readers go to readers, like shrinks go to shrinks, etc., etc. So what, and I should be calling them shrinks. It's not politically correct. I apologize to all the therapists and psychologists and psychiatrists out there. I don't know why I call them shrinks. So back to what I was saying. So what they do is, like, normally when you book, if it's not like a walk-in session and you book, they will say, I want your name, full name, I want your birthday. That's fine. The birthday is fine, especially if they work with astrology. It's okay. I get that. Full name, I don't understand it. Why? First name basis would be fine. I have a form on my site. I ask for a name. You don't have to give me a surname, but you do have to give me your email and your location because I work with different time zones. So it's easier for me to book your reading. But in this case, they will ask questions like, send me a picture of yourself, or who do you want to connect with? So already they're getting information from you. Also, the way you write. They're highly trained. They've been scamming people for a long time. They've been trained at this. So from the way you write an email, or the way like you talk, they can pick up so much about you already, even before the beginning of the reading, even before you've started. So they and then when you start a reading, when you have your appointment, they will start asking you questions straight off the bat. Why do you need to know this information? You as a client are there to get the information from that person, not the other way around. It's different when during a reading, the reader asks some questions, because one thing that I probably haven't shared with you is how it works. So with me, how I get information, why I use tarot. And I feel this is important for you to know, just to understand how we work and how information comes through. Just so you're more alert when you go to readers and in the future, just to be able to notice, how they do the readings and how they ask questions and why they ask questions. So me, I'm a psychic medium. I also read tarot, and I also love and, have I'm self-taught astrology since I was really young, since I was 12 years old. Besides the point, but I'm clairaudient, I'm clairvoyant, I'm clairsentient, I'm lots of clairs, almost all of the clairs. And I get messages when I read in different ways. So it could be like a snapshot. It could be like a picture of something where I will describe it to my client, to the person that I'm reading for. sometimes I hear like words or a sentence which is very fragmented. I get feelings. So my body can get cold, or if someone had a stroke, for instance, I will get like a massive headache, or if someone hit their head and died when I'm channeling, or when I'm, you know, connecting with the other side, then they make me feel certain things, as to how they felt. So, and I describe these things, but because I get a lot of information at once, so it could be feelings, energies, visions, hearing things. I sometimes, you've noticed that when I do readings that, I'm all over the place when I say things. So I'm trying to express myself because I'm trying to pick up all that information and, like a jigsaw, put it um in the right order. So, and especially in the beginning, and then as you warm up and then you connect more and more comes through, then the information comes through much easier and faster. But this is how I work. And sometimes I'm asking questions, like, as in, I feel like your grandfather, had an accident, hit his head, and that's how he died, right? So that's validating what I feel. I'm not asking for information. I'm giving you the information, but I am expecting for validation or confirmation of what I'm saying, in order for me to make sure that everything that I piece together is right. This is how it works. It could also be that I might okay, I'll be honest with you guys, and I'll tell you another thing. A lot of you here have had readings from me. And I'll be honest. So sometimes when I ask you a question, it's not because I don't know the answer. Sometimes it's through my question, I'm leading to something, especially if it's negative. So I don't want to hit you hard with something that I'm seeing or feeling. So I'm easing it in by asking a question, getting you to engage in that, and then sort of get you to a point, or to the how I'm going to say this, to space of emotion, that I can then bring in that information through. I hope that makes sense. So this is how I work. So I'm not, for instance, if I see, like, I don't know, like if it's a pregnancy and I see someone is like really wants to have a baby, they've been trying for such a long time, and suddenly I see a pregnancy, and then suddenly my guides are saying, she is going to get pregnant, but sadly, it's not going to be full term, or there might be, sadly, I feel that this is not meant to be. Then I cannot just come out and say it. I cannot just come out and say, yay, you're going to finally get pregnant, but oh dear, you're never going to hold that baby in your arms. I can't say that. So I'm just going to bring it as in like, how, I don't know, depends on what the message is, but I'm gonna say, how do you feel like do you want to continue, trying for a baby? And if they say yes, I'm gonna say that's great. And, you know would you like a boy or a girl? They might say a girl. I will pick up what it is, like a girl or a boy. And then, so that's what I do. I start asking questions and easing that information and trying to break the news as softly as I can. This is why I ask questions. But how the scammers do it when they cold read is they ask you right out, questions like, I don't know, are you married? Do you have children? So basically, you're answering everything. You're answering, are you married? You say yes, yes. Yeah. Do you have children? How many children do you have? Are your parents alive? Hello, excuse me. Aren't you supposed to be giving me information? So, and what I said before, they ask for money, coin to lift a curse, or get rid of an attachment. And, everyone that walks through their door has an attachment, a curse, or some kind of like catastrophe happening in their lives. So these are some of the telltales that someone is scamming you. I've talked about, okay, look at this. Neon lights, palm and tarot reading. I've talked about the neon light situation. I've got my little neon light. Ooh, there it is. My neon third eye over there. But I don't trust readers that have a big fat neon light that says tarot or sign outside the door and they charge you $10. Even that, we talked about those that overcharge, but there's also those that undercharge. They charge you $10 or $15 for like a 20-minute reading, a half an hour reading. I'm suspicious of those things because, and there's a huge debate in the spiritual world about, and among readers, about charging, about whether it is ethical to charge for readings because we were given these abilities or gifts, and we are here to help people and help healing. So are doctors, but they don't do it for free. You know what I mean? So are lawyers. They're here to help people, but they don't do it for free. It's a service. And unfortunately, most of us live off of this. So we also have to pay our bills. And for years when I was younger, I would do it for free. And my mentor, who is a very well known, and I'm not going to say her name yet, but I'll bring her on to the channel. She said, don't do that. That's wrong. You should be charging. And it's up to you. How much do you think your time is worth? And charge that, as long as it's affordable for most people, then, you should charge that. Stop not charging. That is not right. You were put in this world to help people, but you also are human. You've got needs. You've got to work. You've got to feed your children. You've got to pay your bills. And it is a service. I'm not going to charge someone if there is an exchange of service. So if they're offering a service to me, then I'll offer a service to them for free. Yes, that's acceptable because it's an exchange of energy. It has to be an exchange of energy, and money is energy too. And it's the intention there too. So there's nothing wrong with readers charging, but I also feel that it's a bit suspect if they charge $10. I mean, is that how much your abilities and your time is worth? Does that mean you're not that good at reading? Is it because you're guessing, or you're just giving out a very generic reading? So, there's always the middle ground. Don't go for extremes, but just be more savvy and more intuitive when it comes to picking who is going to read you. And the website is the most important thing. You have to be able to Google them and find some kind of information on Google, because if they have spent some money or time to create a website, they're legit. And also for tax reasons, most of them hide their fees for tax reasons, because they're like, some won't give invoices or things like that. So that too is dodgy. So just be more intuitive when it comes to going to readers in person. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the scamming that's been going on Instagram lately. And this is huge, and you should all be absolutely aware of what's going on. But before we get to that, it's a hot day. I'm sweating. Sorry, guys. If you see me sweating, it's just, I don't know, with the lights, it's a very humid day today. I just want to check with the chat what everyone is saying. So I'm just going to go back. So that's extremely funny, because someone told me that I had a curse on me and I need to pay the money and they will get rid of the curse for me. Cha-ching, damn, there you go. That's what they do. Or get it readings. Me and my friend do a reading fast. See, it is addictive. This is no joke. The name is important in numerology. It absolutely is. And some good readers will do that. They will just, sit down and give you numerology too. I'm learning about numerology. I'm not that good, but I'm learning because there's a lot to it. Who's this? Sandra. Hi, I haven't seen you in a while. Miss you from App and Adam and Campari booked appointments, but do not have one of the payment sources you accept. I need a reading astrological chart. Yeah, I do only accept PayPal at the moment because Venmo doesn't work in Europe. And with bank transfers, especially from US and Canada, it's super, the fees are high. So PayPal is the way to go right now. But PayPal is just free. You can open an account. It's safe. It's very easy to use and transfer money. Are you able comfortable with reading on a person's health? I am. Listen, it's not my favorite because I get sad, emotional, and upset when I pick up things that are not favorable or good. But I do. So in a private reading, a lot of times people ask me about their health or loved one's health, and I will do it. But it's not my focal point. It's not something that I want to spend too much time on. Let's see. I paid 15 for 10 minutes and she was confusing me. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's because she was like reaching. She was trying to figure out. Probably she had a hard time like cold reading you. So she was confusing you because she was confused. I just saw a sign yesterday for 10. Well, it's a sign. It's a sign. Does anyone know Femperor? Yeah, you can go to my website because I list my prices. So you can go to femtarot.com and you will find everything there. Exchange is important. Exchange is very important in energy. Let's see. So Iconic is in the house. Hey, how are you? That's true, but I mean, it's a whole debate, guys. I can tell you, it's a whole issue. It's a whole issue, and a lot of people don't understand. They're like, but these are these are the negative, the people who just they are skeptics and they just don't like readers and they just don't want to believe in it. So they will always find a thing, anything to bitch about, basically. Who am I missing? So she has generational curse, and that's why. I'm not saying there are no generational curses. There are, but it's not something that a psychic can help you with. You're here reincarnated in this lifetime, in this family, and have these people around you because you're meant to do this work. You're meant to work on you, on past karmic lessons and trauma, and cut those generational curses. It's not up to us. We can help you. We can lead you. We can sort of guide you through it, but it's you. It's not us. We cannot lift any curses because there is no curse. It's just generational karma, but not curse. Let's see. Had 2 bad readings. 1, I'm an evil soul. The 2nd, I was cursed. Yes, Sandra. A PayPal would definitely be helpful and work. True. Let's see. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's happening on Instagram right now. Okay, so I want you to be aware. You probably follow, luckily it hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm super alert. Well, it almost did, but I caught it early. So there are these accounts. They don't seem legit. So they might have like a profile pic of someone who is heavily sort of filtered, or it's like a cat, a dog, a landscape, something like that. And they will follow you. They will friend you, and they will follow you. And what they do is they duplicate your Instagram page. And this applies to readers, psychics, and mediums. Okay. So they duplicate your page. So for instance, I'm Femtarot on Instagram. So they will create, like, let's say a Fem-Tarot or a Femtarot 1 or something like that. Something that's not super obvious that it's not my account, for instance. We'll create that, steal all my photos. So they're going to copy my grid. Okay. And then they are going to reach out to each one of you, anyone who's following me, with this. Check it out. Usually they start with hello, love, or hello, grand rising. That's the language. English is not their first language, and that's usually obvious. Sorry to bother you. I'm a God-gifted psychic advisor. Okay. And love specialist. All right, $1 million matchmaker. I'm picking up a lot of energy from your pictures. All right, sending positive vibes and prayers and blessings. All these emojis, love and light emojis. May the Lord ancestors will make everything easy for you. See, not like an English speaker, a native English speaker. I felt a strong energy. My energy is very high today, probably because you've been drinking too much coffee. To consider you for a reading. There you go. So this person said, so this person did not reply, as you can see. And this person here, the scammer, is insisting. She sent a second message saying, can I consider you a reading to know more about your life? No self-respecting reader is going to reach out to you and ask to read you. They won't. Good readers are super busy. They're not fishing for clients on Instagram. I can tell you that. Okay. They're super busy with their own clients and their lives and everything else going on. So they're not going to do that. And look at this. They are not asking for a fee. Usually they say, oh, I don't charge for the readings. I'm doing it because I was called to you because there is a super important message that has to come through for you. I don't want to get paid, but you can donate. It reminds me a little bit of Amber Heard, I pledged that money. I did not donate. I pledged to donate that money. Yeah. Okay. So what they will do is then, ask you to make you feel bad, to put you on the spot because you're getting a free reading, right? So it's like, give me a tip. Just like donate something for my time. So a lot of people will donate to them $20, $30, $40, $50. And through PayPal, they always insist, I don't know if it's on this screenshot, but see, donate to whom? The receiver asks for your readings because you will go and get red candy with sugar. I don't get the red candy with sugar, but whatever. And COS, COS. If I go to get, so this person that was getting these messages was savvy. So they knew obviously that they were talking to a scammer and they were kind of like leading them on. But this is like one of many, many examples on Instagram of what they do. Okay. The thing is, some of them will bully you, will really bully you to get a reading. Hello, red flags all over. That's when you block them. You report them on Instagram. You have to report these people on Instagram. Up until very, very recently, Instagram did nothing to protect us from this, from scammers. We would report them. We helped each other. Like all of us would help each other. So whenever there is a page or an account on Instagram who is someone who got scammed, she's a tarot reader. She got scammed in the past. She had such a hard time getting her account back, getting Instagram to block and remove these people because people were getting confused that we're following the scammer rather than her. So she was also losing business and followers because of that. So she created an account where she just like calls them out. She calls them out. So if someone gets scammed, they go to her, they tell her I got scammed with screenshots, everything, and she puts them on blast. So at least people are aware. And then the followers of this account can go as a group and just, report to Instagram. It's been a struggle. It's been a challenge for us. Hopefully now things are starting to change. So many articles recently, I don't know if you've noticed, I forgot to get the screenshots of those, have a lot of magazines and publications have written about what's been going on Instagram, but I want you guys to be aware of that, okay? Be aware. So if anyone DMs you and tells you, hello, dear, you lovely person, grand rising here, whatever, and you can tell that their English is not perfect, they're insisting on a reading, run and report. report to Instagram. They've scammed a lot of people out of a lot of money. They ask you to donate. Usually when you go to PayPal, you want to donate. It's a very different name on PayPal. And that's when most people are like, oh, shoot, you know, something's off here. Something is going on. Oh, Lala, I'm excited you're here too. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, that's what they do. Like I have my private account. I also have my Luminary, my Crystal Shop account. So I always check on Instagram because they block you, right? So they will block you so you're not able to find them or find that they've opened an account like a fake account. So you need to usually have like a private account or a separate account to be able to do that. I do that all the time. But I'm not at that point on Instagram and IG. So guys, maybe help me. Follow me on Instagram. I have like, I don't know, 700 followers or something like that. So I'm not a big fish for them. You know, they just go after the readers that have like 2,000-3,000 followers. People who do this don't understand that scamming is karmic. They don't care. They just don't care. They just scam money off people. And this is probably people who are not even in the US or Europe. You know, they come from, unfortunately, from third world countries or poorer countries. And this is all they know. You know, I don't want to blame all of them. Sometimes it could be just desperation to make money because they don't know how else to make money. And I'm not saying that this is right. I'm just trying to see their side, let's just say, but it's just infuriating. How can they live at the scammer energy? Obviously they can. I feel for my semi-scammer. I booked a reading with a YouTube reader with lots of followers via her website. I never got my reading and I emailed her. Same happened to a friend. Did you pay? Had you paid already and you never got the reading? So what happened? Oh my God, this is interesting. So you booked the reading, did you pay, and then you never got the reading or you never got the date? This is so odd. And actually, I'm going to drop the link now down below. So if anyone wants to call in, just share your good and bad stories. We'd love to hear about them. Let's see. Data's in the house too. Hey, I've become a millionaire 4 times over according to my scammer's DMs. Well, woohoo. Oh, it's unbelievable the things they tell people, you know? All right, let's see. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. If anyone wants to share, don't be afraid to share your stories. I mean, this is how we're gonna help other people from getting scammed because they're rampant right now. It's incredible. They'll find ways. They will definitely find ways. But that's really weird. Hold on. Yes, I paid via PayPal and never got my reading. Wow. And she's on YouTube? Oh my God. Did you pay by, but you can actually, why don't you report it to PayPal so you can get your money back? Unbelievable. See, it's just like, it annoys me how they do it because this sheds a bad light to the rest of us. I never reported her to PayPal because I was scared she might send me bad vibes. She won't send you bad vibes. Don't worry. She won't. How can she do it? You didn't do anything and you're protected and you should report. See, they use scaremongering. This is the thing. Guys, if you feel cheated, if you feel scammed, do something about it. Don't just sit there. No bad vibes, no curses. I promise you. You got me, guys. You got me. If anything goes wrong, you got me. Okay? I got your back. But just let's stop this from happening. The end of 2020. Unbelievable. And it's a good thing. Please don't mention who that YouTuber is, but if you can DM me because I'm curious. Obviously, I'm not going to say anything, but I would like to know who that is. great at handling these situations. Exactly. PayPal is great at handling these situations. Hi, Marie, you made it. Let's see what Issa's saying. And then Gabrielle, I'm coming to you. I waited for 70 years to find. Oh, Issa, you give me so much love. Oh, I'm sending you love back. That's so sweet. Yes, PayPal is very good at helping that situation. Like, did she respond when you contacted? I can't believe that. To know you never got your reading. I'm shocked because, like, come on. She has a YouTube. It's not like she's some kind of random and you comment. She's got a YouTube. So that's why even on YouTube, guys, just be wary and be intuitive about who you trust, who you watch. I mean, you can watch whoever you want, but at least who you trust, you know, what they tell you and the information they give you. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm really, really sorry about that. Thank you, Gabrielle. Yeah, so if you want to protect yourselves from scammers, you can get crystals from my shop. I'm terrible at self-promoting, but I'm getting better at it. So, and everything's down below in the description box, but I'm going to bring Gabrielle. I'll bring her on because she wants to share her story. Hi, Gabrielle.
Hello, bonjour.
Bonjour, bonjour. I love your panda.
Oh yes, because panda is my inner, totem
Your
animal.
spirit animal.
Yes, I'm panda.
I love it.
Yes, and hi Gela Bishop. And I say I had 2 readings, 2 very bad readings, very expensive, in 1 on 21 and 1 on 20 before COVID, and one she said me I am cursed. I need to pay very much money to have my curse removed. And one other, she said me I am an evil soul, I am a demon reincarnated on earth, and I need to purify me. And she said me one of person I reconnect in my life, she is an evil person, and she want to kill me because she was jealous, and it was very stressful at this time, because just after a very bad event in my life for the 21. And this thing, I'm not very easy to manipulate, but at this time, hello Hélène, hello, at this time, she flabbergasted me, and she mesmerized me with this news, because I was in fear of my life, because I had a very big health problem. And this break me at this time. It's break me, because she said, you are an evil, you are a bad person, you are cursed. And it's 2 different person, but 1 in 20 and 1 in 21, these 2 readings are very big bad thing in my life at this moment. And it's very make me maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks very bad in my head. And I try to remove all these bad energies they're giving me, because it's like you say, they try to reassure on some question, everything like that. But after that, they call you, yes, take another reading, pay me so much, that. And I say no. I don't have money. And I was so bad after that. I cried maybe 2 days after the second reading in 21. It was hell for me.
Yeah, they get in your head. And you want more answers. So they get you scared. They get in your head so much that you want answers. And where are you going to get those answers from? The person who gave you those news or who told you that, right? So you keep going back. It's crazy how that works. And unfortunately, as human beings, we are attracted and we get addicted to the unknown, which is the spirit world. So as soon as we find someone who's able to give us the information that we need, we get attached to them.
Yes, exactly that.
We don't have the attachment. We are the attachment to those readers, pretty much.
But after the second reading in 21, I say, no, I don't coming back in this person. But I find you, just after that, I find you because of Adam and Jason. I find you and I see your live and I say, oh, she's a good reader, and you give me faith on some reading. And I go to the live, I see you. but I will tell you, I had not many readings, but maybe few in my life. Two are very good and two are very so bad. It just, these people they have power on us. It's like a cult in some way. And I think it's very dangerous when we see people on TikTok. Also, TikTok is very scary place for everything like that. We speak about that.
Good point, Gabrielle, because I want to talk about TikTok too. So that's a great segue.
Oh my gosh, TikTok is just it's just a place of so much strengthening of a witch talk, of a reader, of a witch and necromancy, everything like that. People are something say so much instant thing. I don't understand what's going on TikTok about the spirit. It's more than Instagram.
It's BS. Most of it is, I'm not saying there are legit people on
Yes,
TikTok, but
yes.
most of it is BS. There is, who's on TikTok here, guys? Do you watch Spiritok? Are you on Spiritok, Witch Talk, or
Yes.
anything on the chat as well? Whoever it is, please drop a star down below because I want to see, because I want to tell you something. Let me see. I'm also dropping the link one more time in case anyone wants to call in. So let me see what people are saying, because TikTok is another. So there are a couple of people. Remember, I had Isaac over and we talked about tarot.
Yes.
Well, Isaac is legit. So I have been following for a while. I read people, obviously. So I read him even before I read him. And Jayla is on TikTok. So she's following these accounts. Perfect. So I brought him on, and I've been following several people. Some are legit and they're good, and some are not. So I want to give you a little bit of a little cup of tea about TikTok. Hold on. Light Mission says, I watch mostly astrology on TikTok. I avoid readers. Good.
Yes.
Good. Thank you.
Astrology is more accurate on TikTok because they are much on explain what's going on and with manifestation, but readers and witches,
stay away. And the problem is that on TikTok, like my 10-year-old daughter is on TikTok, and she comes to me and she asks me these questions about things that she hears on Witch Talk and stuff, and I'm like, no, you've got the source at home. Don't believe, don't listen to
your mommy.
Listen to your mom for once, okay. So there's a whole thing on TikTok. They're very mean backstage, let's just say, on TikTok. There's a big war between, in the Spiritok realm, right, between readers, between witches, between anyone who's on Spiritok. There is specifically, one person who calls themselves a psychic medium, and honestly, in my opinion, he's despicable. Why am I saying that? I would never, ever, ever speak like this for a fellow psychic medium or for a reader. I don't like to say negative, but he's despicable because he is, I don't know where he comes up with information, but he has a lot of followers who believe him. And he is completely denying everything that we know as psychic mediums and as readers about the spirit world. He comes on and he says that that's BS. And for instance, he says that kids, when they die, the spirit of children, this is important. People, grieving parents are watching this, okay? And this is what he's saying, that kids, the spirit of children, it disappears. It doesn't go to the other side.
Oh my gosh!
It's impossible to connect with the spirit of children.
Oh my god!
That is an outright lie. That is incorrect. But he comes, just an example, and I'm getting heated because it's such a sensitive topic, and people who are vulnerable and have been through their mourning and they're listening to this. This is irresponsible. So and BS like that he comes up with it. He talks about heaven and hell and saying there is no heaven and there is no hell because, you know, if you're not a good person, then it's hell anyways. You know, you cannot make amends. There is like that, you know, that your life here is going to be represented in the afterlife. So pretty much you're going to be stuck in that loop of bad luck. If you've had bad luck, misfortunes in this world, it's going to be the same on the other side, but for eternity. Like, and people are following him and are believing him, and he goes and leaves negative comments to other readers because we're all readers, I mean, psychic mediums. We know exactly what's going on. We've been doing this for a long time. We talk to spirit every day. We do readings every day. So we know what the reality is, okay? What the other dimensions are like, what the spirit plane is like. And he leaves negative comments, making other psychic mediums appear like they're scammers or they don't know what they're talking about. Like, he has a very culty vibe about him, and this is where it's all going, and that's dangerous. So I want you, Femmies, to be absolutely careful of what you believe, what you watch, because people like that will take you when you're vulnerable, when you're sensitive, when you're in a bad place. They will really sort of manipulate you,
Yes, it's a
unbeknownst to
cult.
you.
Yes, it's a cult like that, you know. It's a cult because he say you can to have a free choice in your life. You can to improve yourself, but yes, you can. And if you are not in good place, please go to the psychologist or therapist or doctor, or just to go to friends that really loved you. Go to see a good movie, go to hit a chocolate, I don't know, but go to do good things. Don't listen to these people, because these people, they are, touching your weakness.
But I understand people, you know, especially when they're going through a grieving process or they've been through a lot, they want to, you know, sort of like grab onto something like, which is hope and love, and feel that they're part of a community or part of something that they're going to that they're going to feel loved and secure and
Mm-hmm.
safe. And this is where scammers come in. And this is where, and it's going to make me cry because this is just really taking people's vulnerability, or people who are in a vulnerable space, who are grieving someone, and just like messing them up to a point that there is no return. And that's irresponsible. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video today, because I really want to protect all of you out there. I want to make you aware of what's going on. And you know, spiritualism now is becoming a thing. You know, it's becoming, people are awakening, people are more connected to their spiritual selves. They go, more and more people are like, you know, they buy crystals, they believe in the properties of crystals, they go to readers and everything. So it's
Yes.
becoming like a big thing right now. And more people are going to come out of the woodwork, scammers are going to take advantage. So please be intuitive and be aware of these. Just be on the lookout for these signs that we talked about today. Don't get scammed. Don't allow for anyone, especially if you're going through grieving, if you're grieving a child, parent, a loved one, whoever it is. You know, there is hope out there. You just need to find the right person for you who will help you. But, you know, don't put all your hopes on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, because you don't know who is on the other side of this.
Yes, it's true. It's true. We
Oh.
never know exactly, because, but you have some people make a cult via TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, like some people that are in with a documentary on Hulu, everything like that. We are see bad vegan. We are see so much thing like that. People, they need to have a fake gurus, and I say just to find something good in your life, to be good and just be loved, and don't go to this place, because I make it twice in my life, and it was very disturbing. And I say, people, if you have a bad place, just one thing, it's better to see drama Korean in not Netflix, and eating chips, to go to a fake reading. I say that's very fun way, but
Yeah.
sometimes a good movie with a bag of crips is better than to go a bad reading. I'll tell you that.
Right. I agree. I agree. And also, a reader, listen, it's good to have readings. And I'm saying this is not to my benefit, if you like, but I'm honest and I'm a person that I will never, guys, I'm here for you. My main concern is all you guys. I want you to be happy, healed, and in a good place in your lives. And I can tell you sometimes, yeah, a reader can help you, can give you insight that a therapist can't, but you also need a therapist
Yes.
if you're going through, like, a reader, a coach. I do coaching with people who have been through so much trauma and so much stuff. And when I feel that a person needs therapy is to help them, like supplement and to help them, I will insist they go to therapy,
Mhm.
because I'm not a therapist. Yeah, I cut corners because I have a gift and I can see things and read things. But I'm not I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a science. So they need that too. And sometimes, but yeah, that's a good point. Gabrielle, I'm gonna drop you because I have
Bye
Jayla
bye.
who's
Yes.
waiting in the background. Thank
Yes,
you,
yes, yes.
Gabrielle,
Always.
for
Bye bye.
calling in.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Jayla, I hope you're ready. Hello, hello.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm good. I just want to say I 1,000% agree with everything you're saying, especially on TikTok. I've noticed that, yeah, it was a shift of people being like spiritual awakened, but I felt like it was also a shift that it was a trend now. So everybody decides to say, okay, I'm going to start doing spiritual stuff now and talking about all the signs. And it's just crazy. It's a lot of people out there that I just see every day just coming up with new stuff. And it's just, I don't know, it's a little scary because it's like, if you don't know or you haven't been with somebody experienced, like, you could be their next victim. And I actually had the experience with a TikTok reader, but she had
Mm,
good reviews, but I don't know, maybe her how she read just didn't resonate with me because I didn't feel really anything that she was saying, you know?
oh,
And like usually like when I have a reading with you, I feel clear, I feel more level headed. After that I was just still confused.
mm,
And I was just like, maybe I just don't resonate with her, but maybe she helps others,
mm.
and she reads tarot as well, but she does it, I don't know. Now it's just every time I see her on TikTok, I get annoyed. I don't know why. So it's just how she does tarot and like other things. I'm just like, this is kind of now like to me seeming like it's fake. And maybe she's helped other people, but I don't know.
But it's a good point, because if you see on TikTok a lot of stuff, there's a lot of gimmicky stuff going on, like with
Yeah,
tarot readers and stuff. I don't know if you've noticed, and I'm like, tarot's not a gimmick.
it's
Everyone
not.
has a different style. We all have different styles of doing readings, and you cannot judge. But it just feels like on TikTok, it's just put on, just
Hmm.
like to attract people in, especially when they do these lives.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Like it was this one lady that she did a live, and I don't know how she pulled cards, but I guess like what she would do is like she'll put the sign of the
right, yeah.
person, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, okay. And then she's like, okay, Leos, you guys are going to do this and that. And then people just like, that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. And it was like, and then like she just skip to the next sign when she would see like nobody would, like, it wasn't resonating with anybody. And I'm just like, this is a little awkward. I'm just gonna leave.
Oh my god. You got secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, I did because I was like, I've seen a lot of lives like that where they usually go by the sign and then like they'll, because sometimes I'm just like, not every message is for everybody. So maybe you're just resonating with a certain group of people. But yeah, all those Leos in there were not agreeing with what she was saying. So
Oh, and those Leos, if they don't like what they hear, they'll come out and say it.
yeah.
They're not gonna eat their words. Yeah, it's rampant. And I have another story to share, but yeah, which you reminded me of. But so I just recently found, totally randomly, a video. I'm not going to say it because I'm sure that you guys follow this person. There is like, so there's a content creator, but he is not a reader. Okay, he's not psyche, he's not anything like that, far from it. And he had a reader on the other night. There was a live. It was 4:00 in the morning. Remember, I said I went out, and so I came back a little bit drunk, a little bit so tipsy, and I was on YouTube. And then I came across that video, and I just couldn't. Like, it was just, it was like a car crash, and I couldn't just take my eyes off of it. Okay, so he brought a reader who, very sweet energy. I like young, but very inexperienced and extremely nervous. Jayla. I got not just second-hand, I had third-hand embarrassment. I had fifth-hand embarrassment. Every card, he got the meanings wrong, and he was pulling like bad cards for this content creator, and he was telling him the opposite.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, no, this is a sign. No, this is a sign. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords came up 3 times. The Tower. I mean, you've got to warn this guy. People were making fun of him in the chat. I felt so bad. You know, they were calling him like the dollar. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to, I don't want you guys to know who I'm talking about, because I'm not bad mouthing the reader. I actually like him. And I'm actually thinking of maybe bringing him on, maybe to help him with his confidence.
Yeah.
Because, but that is like an example. If you're not ready to be on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram live as a reader, if you don't have the confidence, don't. You're making that's a disservice to yourself, and also a disservice for the other readers, because some random person might look at that video on YouTube and say, see, all freaking readers are scammers. They're all fake. This person was not a scammer, was not fake. This person was just inexperienced and extremely nervous, which made things even more weird. But yeah. But I agree with your point, and on TikTok especially, it's a cesspool. And I'm sorry to say that, it's a cesspool.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm not so much on TikTok, because I'm not.
It's so funny because Kempire was on live and he was pulling cards, and I randomly got on TikTok and I'm just like, Kempire's on live. Let me see what he's doing, and then he's like pulling cards, people. I'm just like, look at you. You're like practicing the tarot, everything.
He's good. I can tell you, Camper is very intuitive, that's why I nudged him and I pushed him towards tarot. And so like sometimes I'll help him, like he'll send me photos and he's like, this is what I'm picking up. What do you, so he wants that confirmation or not. He's very good. Anyone can dabble. You don't have to be psychic or medium to dabble the tarot. Everyone just get a deck and play around with it, and it will help your intuition. And see, Kempire, maybe Kempire will be the next Femme Tarot. Who knows?
Yeah, it was so funny because a lot of his following didn't know that he was like so spiritual, and so like when they were asking questions, he was like actually pulling cards, and he was actually reading the meanings next to him as he was doing it. And people were just like, how did you know? And like stuff like that. And I was just like, look at Kempire.
He's a natural. I'm very proud of him. Well done, Kempire. I'm very proud of him. Maybe we'll bring him on and do it live, and I'll get him to read me.
Oh my God. That will be like the
great idea,
episode.
Oh my God. I'm gonna text him once I get off, and I'll be like, you've got to come on and read me. That'll be fun. That'll be so much fun. Well, Jada, thanks for calling. I've got Fran backstage. She's been waiting.
No problem.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Fran, are you ready?
Hi, Natalie. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good. I caught you again.
Yes, I'm excited. And I'm glad. I'm happy to hear your voice.
Oh, thank you. It's always nice talking to you.
Always. So tell me, what is your experience with readers?
Well, I had one good one and one terrible one. And then, of course, God. You, which you're great. The good one was when I was very young. I mean, I think it was like during my first college year or something like that. I went to this one lady, and she was she was very old, I think she was like 80 or 82 at the time. She was just so sweet. I liked her energy more than anything else. And she was just so wise. And at the time, she told me a lot of things, she said I was going to get a job working at night. But then I left thinking, well, she was very sweet, and I liked talking to her as a person, I liked her energy. It was someone that I enjoyed talking to, but I thought she has no idea what she's talking about as far as like tarot, right? Then
Ooh, Fran?
I had her call there.
Oh, okay.
Everything she said came true. And now I think back, then she passed away, you know, like a year later, she passed
Aw.
away. And I was like a little sad, you know, but I met her. I think I saw her like twice. And I was like, yeah, she's not for me, but she was just a sweet old lady.
Aw.
Then, may she rest in peace. She was so sweet. Then the terrible experience was more than anything just awkward. And I was like getting like this guy should be in prison type of vibes because I was there and he started asking me one, I had like a government job. So he kept telling me, oh yeah, government jobs are really good, right? Good pay. And he kept pushing for me to tell him how much I got paid. And I was just like beating around the bush, you know, like, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I just said to him, oh, I don't know. But he's like, how do you not know how much you make per hour? I was like, oh, I don't know. It varies over time. I can't give you an amount. One day could be more, one day could be less. Because it was just like, well, it's none of your business, you know? Then he asked me how long I had been with my spouse. And then this is where things got so uncomfortable, where he started telling me that as a woman, you have to like, and I was like, why are you telling me this thing? This is weird as hell. And he was like, as a woman, you know, you need to change it up in bed, especially if you've been together for so long. Men get bored of the same thing. And I was just like, okay, well, I gotta go, okay. And he was like, oh, but we're not done. And I was like, I have my grandmother in the car. I gotta go. This is too long. And I was just like, oh my God. So, and this was a friend's uncle.
Was he coming on to you?
That's what I felt, but it was
I feel he was coming on to you, and
it was
like
uncomfortable. I was like, "Don't tell me about that," you know. And he kept asking me, almost like wanting to know what it was down there, how I kept it. And I was just—that's when I was like, "Okay, this is like this guy's either gonna like try something," and I was like, "Well, I gotta go." But he kept pushing almost to know, like, you know, how you keep it down there, you know. It was, and then I told my mother. Because my mother had gone to him and she was like, oh, you should go. And she was like, oh, yeah. No, she thought I was making it up. She's like, that didn't happen with me. That didn't happen with me. I was like, Mom, I'm not lying. Like, I got out of there. I told my grandmother and my grandmother was like, oh, my God, like, let's get out of here.
Oh, my God.
It was
totally coming on to you. That is so
And
funny.
his wife was there. His wife was there in another room, you know? And I was just like, oh, my God, how uncomfortable. So then after that, I was like, no more. And then I found you through Adam's channel and then through Campfire. And then that's when I booked the reading with you. But oh my God, that was so uncomfortable.
That was so, and look what is so iconic is like not using tarot to sleep with people.
I was like,
I mean, I guess this is the new thing now. Just like, just throw some cards down.
Yeah, and he was just not give up between wanting to know how much I got paid and down there. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, you need to like be arrested or something. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Report these people, guys.
Oh
I mean,
God.
what happens if like, what happened with Jen Shah, like these like older people, and they're not that much older. Like I think they were like 55, 60 around that age group that they got scammed.
Yeah.
So we need to protect the vulnerable people of society, even from scammers. Like
Probably.
they can scam an old lady easily by saying, oh, I see your husband and your husband is here and he's telling me about this and he's got money hidden somewhere. They can just like create some kind of scenario and just say, there's hidden money that your husband wants you to get, but right now everything seems foggy. Just wave some dollar notes in front of my face so we just remove this fog from it's just ridiculous.
Oh my
we
God.
need to protect these people. I mean, look, anyone can fall for a scam because
Yeah,
they're very, very smart. They're
who
very
knows? That's
clever.
why how he does sleep with women, they might be like, oh, he might have the I guess what do you call it? Like he might free me from a curse or whatever it is that they're thinking, you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my God, he was a creepy guy. And he wasn't even old either. He was like pretty young. So I think he was probably in his 40s, but like you know better by then. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're not too young where you're naive, but even something like that, you should know at any age, you know?
But I can tell you, it's a power trip. It's a power trip for certain people who are labeled, let's just say, like psychic mediums or readers, because people are afraid of them. Because someone said before with the PayPal thing, you know, that she was afraid that she was going to get bad vibes from the reader if she reported that to PayPal.
Yeah.
So that's a power thing, because readers can, or like these people, not everyone, obviously, but they feel that they can get away with things because people are scared. They're afraid of them because they're afraid of, you know, the curse that you're going to throw at them, or, you know, the bad vibes or the juju, all that. They can't harm you, people. They cannot harm you. No one can harm you. Bad karma is on them, not on you.
Yeah. No,
The bad
absolutely.
vibes is on them.
But, you know,
So,
it's sad. Some people will believe that, you know?
I know, and I understand that, and especially because most people who go to readers are usually in a very, they're going through, it's a transitional phase in their lives. They're going through a lot of stuff. They're trying to heal from more, you know, from trauma. They are mourning. There's something huge happening in their lives, and that's why they go to readers. And that's the thing, they take advantage. But
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh.
I'm
But
sorry
yeah,
that
those were
happened to you.
oh my God. It was just, oh, that was so awkward.
That is so awkward. But thanks for calling in, Fran. It was so nice to hear your voice, and I hope to see you
I'll
sometime.
see you soon. Bye, Natalie. Take care.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. Right, everyone. I mean, we'll have to wrap it up slowly, but I'm sorry to hear that a lot of you have had negative and bad experiences and have been scammed in the past, but I hope this video has or will help some of you, all of you, someone out there from making the wrong choice with a reader, and also just to be more weary and aware and notice some of those signs that are screaming that you're going to be scammed, or that someone is just really going to scaremonger you for the rest of your life, because it happens. It happens, unfortunately. Don't give out your information, your personal information, to anyone, not even your phone number, because they can find information through you. Because they might say, you know, oh, just, you know, give me your phone number and I will text you when I've got, you know, free time. Don't do that, because that's how they can get so much information about you, and they can use that. Okay, they can even use, and I've heard of cases, and there have been cases, readers who you know, they create this relationship with someone where they scam them of their money by telling them that they're cursed and all that, everything that we talked about. And then when this person wants to break free from this relationship, then they start threatening them and blackmailing them. So be very, very cautious and very careful. Let's see, before we go, Terry says, I also think that people who do readings and then start flipping the book looks very unprofessional, because I didn't pay money for them to read to me from a book. I agree. If you're a beginner, I understand that beginners want to practice, and you need to practice all the time in order to become more confident in your craft and your trade. But read for family and friend. Don't charge them, just read family and friend. And actually, it's much better if you read someone you know, because that's how you learn the cards. That's how you see what each card means, because for every reading, the cards have different meanings. We talked about this with the Isaac in that in the video that we did about the tarot and the meanings of tarot. So it's unprofessional if you are not, if you're a beginner, if you're not confident in reading, don't do it, and don't ask money from people for doing it. You can be honest and come out and say, listen, I'm a beginner, I want to give you a reading, even if it's for a stranger, but I won't charge you. Don't charge them. Okay, just be honest. Just tell them that you want to practice, but you're not going to charge them. That's the way to learn. It's unacceptable to just do that. It's very unprofessional. Put something on me and that I need to pay for a potion to break it. I hope you didn't pay the $300 because I can tell you, you're fine. You have no curse. You're perfectly fine. There's nothing attached to you, nothing to break, nothing to lift. I hope, just be careful, everyone. When in doubt, ask, do your research. It was weird because some of the stuff at first felt real. Then when I asked her to describe the person who did it, the description didn't fit anyone I knew. They cold read. So they can read, cold reading is when they can actually pick up these micro expressions and micro behaviors. And that's how they understand if they're on the, on the right track, if they're hitting the nail on the head. So, and that's how they're able to sort of convince you or make you feel like a reading is legit. But then when it comes to the details, like describing someone, that's when they can't do that because they're not clairvoyant. They're not psychic. I hope everyone this helped. I'm really, really happy to see all of you here today, for you joining the live. I'll be seeing you. So I want to just say, and I'm going to support this girl. So I'm going to be doing a live next Sunday for someone. She's a YouTube content creator, and she does skincare, beauty. She talks about yoga, and I'll be jumping onto her channel. We'll be talking about crystals and how to use crystals for your skincare routine, how to use crystals for wellness. Thank you. And we'll be talking about crystals and all that. So I'll be posting on IG and in the community tab when and where, her channel and what time, etc. So if you guys want to join, if you've got some time, then I would love to see some femmies over there in the chat too. Well, thank you everyone for being here. I'll be seeing you very soon for the next live. Take care of yourselves. Bye, everyone.